on Friday you will understand endocrine glands. Endocrine glands at page 216, bronchogenic group, thyroid and parathyroid glands. Thyroid gland, glandula thyroidea. It consists of right and left lobes. Between them we have isthmus, and sometime from isthmus of thyroid gland start unpaired pyramidal lobe, lobus pyramidalis. Lobus, here it is, look here. Right and left lobes, isthmus, and this is pyramidal lobe. It is unpaired and it passes till thyroid cartilage. Here it is. Maybe you know the thyroid gland produces hormones, threonine, tyrosine, which participate in metabolism, and tyrosine participate, it regulate level of calcium and phosphorus in blood. And behind of thyroid gland we have parathyroid gland. Here it is, we can see superior, and here it is inferior parathyroid glands. They are paired. In this model, not so clear to see, should be here and here, two superior and two inferior glands. They near 5 millimeters in diameter, and parad hormone, which produce on parathyroid glands, it also participate in regulation of level of calcium and phosphorus in blood, the same like tyrosine. Another glands which also necessary to prepare, that is adrenal gland. Adrenal gland. It's present. It's attached to superior pole of each kidney, and adrenal gland consists of cortex and medulla. Medulla of adrenal gland produce adrenaline and noradrenaline, and cortex of adrenal gland consists of 3 zones. They are a glomerulus zone, which produced mineralocorticoids, for example aldosterone. Fasciculate zone, it's produced glucocorticoids, for example cortisone or hydrocortisone. And reticular zone produced sex hormones, both male and female, testosterone and estrogens, produced in reticular zone of the cortex of adrenal gland. And last 2 glands, that is at page 330. They are pituitary gland or hypophysis and pineal gland or epiphysis. Here it is only one paragraph at page 330, that is pineal gland. Pineal gland. Look here. That is part of the brain. It is medulla oblongata, pons, cerebellum. This is midbrain, and it is diencephalon. And in diencephalon, on dorsal surface of diencephalon, here it is. That is pineal. Pineal body or pineal gland, or another name that is epiphysis. This body produced melatonin and antigonadotropic hormone, that is epiphysis. And last gland, hypophysis. Here it is, this part of diencephalon, that is hypothalamus, and hypothalamus has infundibulum, and infundibulum goes to hypophysis, and hypophysis or pituitary gland consists of 2 lobes, anterior and posterior. Posterior lobe not produce hormones, just accumulate them, and these hormones produced in hypothalamus. And hormones which produced in hypothalamus and goes through axons of neural cells to posterior lobe of hypophysis and accumulates here. They are antidiuretic hormone, or another name that is vasopressin, and oxytocin. I think you know that oxytocin participate in contraction of smooth muscles, for example, uterus, contraction of uterus in time of delivery of fetus, that is possible with the help of oxytocin. And antidiuretic hormone is regulate reabsorption in nephron, in convoluted tubules and in straight tubules in Henry's loop. What is the normal volume of urine in one day? Near 1.5 liters. 1.5 liters. If this hormone, antidiuretic hormone, is absent, in this case, volume of urine increase to the level of 15 liters or 20 liters in one day. That is very dangerous for human life. They are neurohormones. Again, they produced in hypothalamus, transport to posterior lobe of hypophysis through axons of nerve cells, and accumulates here, and from here goes to blood and participate in functions. And anterior lobe of hypophysis, it's produced tropic hormone, for example, thyrotropic hormone. It's regulate function of thyroid gland. Gonadotropic hormone, it's participate in functions of testes or ovary. Then adrenocorticotropic hormone, it's stimulate adrenal gland. Somatotropic hormone, they are hormones which produce in anterior lobe of hypophysis. And anterior lobe joined with hypothalamus with the help of blood vessels, and hypothalamus produced peptides, for example, statins and liberins. They are releasing factors. They stimulate, for example, gonadoliberin. Gonadoliberin, it's stimulate anterior lobe of hypophysis, and it's produced gonadotropic hormone. Or gonadostatin, it's decreased level of gonadotropic hormone in anterior lobe of hypophysis. That these liberins and statins produced in hypothalamus and through blood, through portal vessels, goes to anterior lobe of hypophysis and stimulates or inhibits function of anterior lobe of hypophysis. That is hypothalamo-hypophyseal system, and you can read this information at page 332. It is pituitary gland, anterior lobe, posterior, and hypothalamo-hypophyseal system. Well, these endocrine glands, page 216, thyroid and parathyroid, 230 adrenal gland, 330 pineal gland or epiphysis, and 332 hypophysis and hypothalamo-hypophyseal system. That is on Friday, and next day and next week on Tuesday, mini exam. Well, any questions?